Hi everyone, today we're diving into our predictions for the upcoming GCSE History Russia and the Soviet Union exam. We will be breaking down what's most likely to come up and how you can do well for it. Before we move on, let me share something that would be really critical for you. These are content summary and top grade models answers written by our teachers. You can find a whole range of these resources at kingsbridgeeducation.co.uk. You can also find the link below. Now let's break down how we actually make these predictions. Here's how it works. First, we look at frequency. We look at how often certain syllabus points have come up in the past. If something's been tested a lot, it might be less likely to appear again, or it could be a recurring favourite. Then we look at recency. We also check how recently a topic appeared. If it came up just last year, it's less likely to show up again immediately. Finally, we look at notable gaps. We scan for gaps in key parts of the syllabus that haven't been tested in a while. All three help us build a smart, evidence-based predictions. Our first prediction is the topic on Stalin's industrialization. We've seen questions on collectivization in 2022 and life under Stalin recently, but the specific drive for rapid industrialization, the motives behind it, including issues with the NEP, the Gosplan, the 5-year plans, Stakhanovism and their successes and failures, hasn't been the main focus of a big question in a while. Given its huge impact, this feels like a significant area due for attention. Our second prediction is the topic on propaganda, censorship and the cult of Stalin. While Stalin's rise to power and the terror have been covered in 2022 and 2023, the other side of his control, how he manipulated culture, education, the media, religion, built his personality cult and used things like the 1936 Constitution, hasn't been the star of the show recently. This is a rich area for exploring the nature of his dictatorship, and we strongly recommend you to focus on this. Our third prediction is the topic on early Bolshevik consolidation of power. More specifically, think about those crucial first steps after October 1917. The early decrees, the controversial closing of the Constituent Assembly, and the massive implications of the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. Regarding this treaty, look into why it was signed, its terms, its impact. These events haven't been the core of a recent high-mark question, and we highly recommend you to focus on this. Our next prediction is the February Revolution and its causes. Last year focused on why the provisional government failed, but what about the revolution that brought it to power? The long-term discontent of peasants and workers, the absolutely critical impact of the First World War such as military defeats, economic chaos, social hardship, the Tsar taking command, and the specific events in Petrograd that led to the Tsar's abdication. These causes haven't been the main essay focus recently. Our final prediction is for you to focus on why the Bolsheviks won the Civil War. More specifically, focus on the reasons the Civil War broke out were looked at back in 2020. But the distinct question of why the Reds won, analysing their strengths, such as leadership, geography, propaganda, terror, versus the Whites' weaknesses, such as disunity, reliance on foreign aid, hasn't been the central theme of a major question in the last few years. Now let's finish with the golden rules, the non-negotiables if you're aiming for top marks in GCSE History. First, cover everything if you can. Predictions are helpful, but don't rely on them alone. Second, know your question types inside out. It's not just what you know, it's how you apply it. And third, study real answers. This is where most students go wrong. They revise the content, but they never see what a top grade answer actually looks like. That's exactly why the resources at Kingsbridge are so valuable. They break down top answers for you. Good luck for the exam.